need to be fully immersed in the process. We need to fully fall in love with the process, romanticize the process of exercising, of going to the gym, of eating healthy. We need to become obsessed with it, because if you become obsessed with that thing, with the process itself, there's no way it doesn't happen. It's just a matter of time at that point. But if we're so focused on the result, on the outcome, it makes things feel like they're not working. It makes time feel like it's going slower, and it makes us feel like our actions are absolutely pointless.
That we want to attain. And by the way, when you look at a goal, that means you're separated from it. And so long as you're separated from it internally, you'll be separated from it externally. Instead of looking at a goal, you need to look from your goal, because your viewpoint on reality determines what you can see. What you see is determined by your viewpoint. And if you're looking at your goal, that means you're separated from your goal. But if you're looking from your goal, that indicates to reality that you are already in your goal, due to the fact of what I call a perception projection loop.
Earlier too, is a lot of people tend to measure success and being on the right path with the wrong metrics.
Yeah.
Like, you need to, how do I put this? You need to just make sure, like he said, make sure you're doing something. Like, when you know you have something to do, like, just go do it.
Yeah.
And you know, like, your subconscious telling you that you have to do something, and you going and doing it is, like, already on the right path.
Yeah.
It's like too many people get caught up in valuing things with the wrong metrics, like valuing the amount of money that's coming in rather than their inputs. They value more so the outputs rather than the inputs. So measure your track of being on the right path, or a measure of your success with your inputs rather than your outputs.
Lesson number 3, you've got to let people down to be happy. It's gonna happen. There's gonna come a time when people want something from you, and in the sake of your own happiness, you're gonna have to let it be a no. Your self-love, it just has to come first. Okay? One of the best pieces of advice I got when I was 18, I was in a car with my best friend, his father, and his father's friend, and his father's friend gave me 2 pieces of advice. Do what you want, but don't bring shame to your family. Okay? And part of that is, sometimes you've got to let people down to do what you want. Trust me, it's okay. Let them be bummed. Fuck them. Okay? Fuck them. If they weren't there for you when you were eating shit, they don't deserve to be there with you when you're eating steak.
But I think if you were to ask the question, what is the difference between who you are and what you do? You get a very interesting answer, which is, it's very hard to describe who someone is without describing what they do. Which is why for me, doing is being. Then it goes into, okay, if doing is being, then who I am is what I do, rather than who I am is what other people think I do. And so that means that when external circumstances get bad, what do I do? That is who I am. By shifting that perspective, your identity becomes rooted in the actions that you can control. Your identity becomes under your control. And then by extension, the ups and downs, the emotional roller coaster that comes with the external status that people give you for the things you can do, potentially for them or otherwise, then starts to disappear.
You have the power to tell yourself who you are. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to take your life seriously, and you have the power to speak highly about yourself. There's a lot of times in our lives where we would once look for validation from other people on what we're doing or what we've accomplished or who we are or our personality. And the truth is, you just have to validate yourself. You have to be the one to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you are great, that you are phenomenal, that you will accomplish great things. So I wanted to let y'all know that, because it all starts with how you speak to yourself. And a lot of us, we speak to ourselves negatively. We don't take it serious.
And your perception is directly interconnected to the way that you perceive things. Most of us have been trained and conditioned and programmed by the world to believe in the idea that we don't have enough, whether it's finances, whether it's opportunities. No matter what it is, the central idea that unfortunately, unconsciously, negatively corrupts our mind to some degree or not is the idea of not having enough.